Welcome back to another episode of Medium Monday. Applaud me for being a little bit more consistent. Today we're going to talk about 5 different projects that I've been listening to. If you're wondering where I find new music, I'm always on Spotify looking. If I'm ever on TikTok and I hear a song that I've never heard before, I'll add that to my new stuff playlist. Yeah, that's a picture of my butt. Of hours and hours worth of music to listen to. Some of it I haven't gotten around to. So we're going to touch on 5 projects today. Let's just get right into it. So the first project I'm going to talk about is called 10 Songs, and it's by an artist named Q. This is an album, full project. This project is different than the things that Q has put out before. One of my favorite songs by him ever is "Take Me Where Your Heart Is." It's so it's so futuristic, and it has a lot of Prince themes. Honestly, it sounds like a song that Prince would make. And I loved his album called Forest Green Deluxe. Forest Green album is very similar to 10 Songs. The way that it's not so out there. These are very grounded songs and very like personal songs that don't really need much more to them. His vocals are carrying the songs for sure. I love the futuristic stuff, but there's something about uh, a more tangible project, a project that meets the listener um, on the same plane of existence. His other album, where Taking Where Your Heart Is, it's very futuristic and almost a little too ahead of his time, not in a bad way, just, an observation. I really resonate with the love songs on this project. They're very simple, not too grand, not too extra. The way he's using his voice is really nice and really smooth. I hear a little bit of Frank Ocean on some of his songs. The 3 songs that I want to talk about on this project are called "I Love You for Real," "Bad Man," "Be With You." "I Love You for Real" and "Be With You" are very much those love songs that I really resonate with. A very simple, cute, if you will, uh, and catchy. And I think those are the 2 songs where I hear the Frank Ocean a lot. I think I remember hearing in an interview he said he wanted this project to be different than his other stuff, and he's succeeding in that for sure. Very different than the other stuff he's put out in the past. I'm really looking forward to more from Q. So check out 10 Songs by Q. All right, so the next project I'm going to talk about is called Baggy Weather by Toby Lou. I love Toby Lou. I've always been a fan of Toby Lou. His album Live on Ice is probably one of my favorite projects ever. One of the first artists that caught my attention with the way he's having fun with his music. None of it's too serious. None of it is too serious, and he's making some really great pieces of art. Honestly, reminds me of Tizo, like a more digestible Tizo Touchdown, with the way that he's unconventional and not really. You're never really sure where he's going in a song. The project itself does differ from his other stuff. The production is much more introspective. Something you'd listen to while you're riding a bike, or just very chill vibes. He really rides every beat that he raps on. 2 songs that I wanted to talk about on here are called Forecast and Walmart. Now, Forecast has Chief Keef in it, and Chief Keef is, I've never heard Chief Keef perform a song like this. It's like, oh, wait a second. Who is this again? This is Chief Keef. It's a really nice song. And it's very catchy. I am a little late to this album, so if you're just like me and you haven't heard it before, go check it out. Next project I'm going to talk about is Summer Ain't Over by IMB4. This is a full project. This is a rapper that I discovered off of TikTok. He has a popular song called She Go. There she go, she go. I ain't talking Kim Possible. Real one night, I'm unstoppable. Arch your back, make it clap, make it clap. I want the full course meal, fuck a snack. Yep. About the song is the flow of the artist featured on it, Chef Boy. And then, I mean, the beat is so fire. So I took it upon myself to check out the full project to see really what this guy's working with. He has a specific sound that might get boring or predictable, but if this is your kind of, if this is the type of music you like to listen to, you're gonna love this guy. She Go is a good song. It's Getting Loud is a good song, and well, I have a note here. It says, didn't know he was the Gucci man. So the next project I'm going to talk about is called The Drive Home by Samara Sin, I believe. This is a full project. I found her on Twitter, and there was just like a lot of hype surrounding her name. Apparently, she has co-signed by some artists like Lauryn Hill, Erykah Badu, Doechii, Isaiah Rashad, and more. But off of a first listen, her music is straight to the point. It's very, it avoids any gimmicky tactics. Like she keeps her music very grounded. And I really appreciate that in artists, because I feel like when you're kind of like just getting some buzz and you're just starting off, you kind of want to make that song, that song that everyone's attached to, that they can't get out of their head, something just so grand. And there are songs like that are great, for sure, don't get me wrong. But sometimes when that's the only thing you're focusing on, it curates something too manufactured and a little too robotic, and she avoids that entirely. And I think that's very beautiful. I can tell she's making music that's very true to her and very true to her voice, which she has a very beautiful voice and a very smooth flow. The song that I really liked from this project is called I Might Die. Production of the song is kind of eerie, like low key, kind of like something's coming for you because you might die. Wow. Okay, so check out The Drive Home by Samara Sin. Form your own opinion. Last project I'm going to talk about today is called Love on Digital by Destin Conrad. This is probably my favorite listen out of the 5 these projects. I remember my first introduction to Destin outside of Vine was Bills. And I was obsessed with that song. I think it was probably one of my most played songs of that year that I discovered it. And I was always just eager to hear what else he's gonna put out, what his future's gonna be like in the music industry. It's really beautiful seeing his music mature with him. Bills was like a cute little song, like dollar bills, dollar bills, really simple, really cutesy. But this stuff, it's like, oh, word, this is grown folk R&B music, I really love the way he layers his vocals and the harmonies on this project. The interlude, what is it? Your Lady, so beautiful. What? Lady. What? You and yours, you and yours, you and your lady. What? It's clear that Destin knows his voice and just how to use it. The song with Tizo also really stood out to me. I really love the way that they go back and forth throughout the song, throughout the verses, throughout the chorus. It's very pleasant. And I've just been listening to this whole project constantly. I already spoke about a couple songs that really resonated with me for this project. The Last Time Your Lady. In addition to that, Party With You. It's like a nice vibe. It's a nice vibe. Yeah, again, it's like the way that he meshes with the productions on his songs are oh, just so great. It's just so great. Um, so yeah, if you haven't heard this project yet, check it out. Love on Digital by Destin Conrad. Um, that's the end of this week's video. Um, Nothing too crazy. Not my favorite episode, if I'm gonna be honest. I I go into these fully knowing that I might not like any of the projects that I listen to or I set aside for this week, but I always try to find something that I can say about it that's nice and that I do like, because there's beauty in everything. Um, with that being said, still not my favorite episode. But you guys should all check out these projects and, I don't know. Yeah. Subscribe, just do that. Thumbs up the video. Um, but yeah, thanks for watching. And yours, you and yours, you and your lady. Oh, you